time to get funky. I heard.
Time to get funky.
Well, you say that. I had this idea really, really long time ago. It must have been like when we were on our second episode or something. And I thought it would be a really sweet idea to have an intro. But I used to be playing in lots of bands, so I know quite a few people who are into music and self-recorded and stuff. And I had a little jingle in my head, and I was going to reach out to my friend to say, can we do a punk, like a 4-5 second punk thing, like pop punk sort of style.
Yeah.
And then at the end going, push the point, I don't know, and then that'll be it. And then I got embarrassed by my own idea. I haven't done it, and now I'm into funk music, and I've sent you over the. What is it? Water,
Earth, Wind and Fire,
Ice, Lightning, and Earth.
We're going through our disco phase now.
Yeah.
We've moved
Earth,
on
Wind
from
and
pop
Fire.
punk.
The Tales of Aria. That's what I call them.
It's
now.
very apt for Tales of Aria.
It
Although,
is, yeah.
Talking about
of course.
pop punk, I did come across a band from Wales called was it like Pop Punk Factory or something like that? And they basically do
Dan and the Sheep.
covers. Yeah. Wow.
Wow. I was low.
Wow.
Sorry.
Apologies to our Welsh audience.
No, hey, look.
They basically do covers of like kids shows theme tunes, like Go Go Power Rangers. And I was just like, I'm taking
in
with
pop
it.
punk style.
And Disney songs in pop punk style.
Do they do Hey Dougie?
They're called Punk Rock Factory, and they're from Wales. They haven't
check
done.
them out,
I've not seen Hey Dougie. They've done some songs from Moana, from Frozen. That speaks to me because I have a 5-year-old girl. And they've done like Power Rangers, Mask, maybe some Captain Planet in there. Like, it was awesome. I was just stuck for like 10 minutes scrolling through.
So many of these little stories would transition so well into a conversation about the new Tales of Aria set, but we're not quite there yet. You're like talking about Frozen. It's this is
wow, yeah.
Cool. But no, we've got other stuff to talk about.
Oh wow.
So I was looking at the what people listen to on Push the Point on the analytics, a little behind the scenes. And there's definitely people that skip this bit and go straight to the Flesh and Blood content.
Do they really?
So I just want to say, if you're listening right now, thank you. We appreciate you for listening to the bit. And I was also saying to these guys, my wife only listens to this bit.
She has zero interest in Fab.
As soon as the Fab chat starts. So it's like we have two different audiences there. So.
To be honest with you, like when I'm editing it, this is the only bit I like. I'm like this makes me laugh. I don't know what the fuck I was on about. And then it goes to the we're going to talk about Flesh and Blood, and then it's like Simon and Tripp going Ariel. But no, this is my favourite bit. So yeah, if you don't like this bit, fine, get it. But if you do like this bit,
you're our favourite.
Yeah, you're all our favourite, but you're our favourite's
favourite. We love all of the audience, no matter which bits you listen to.
The thing is, they'll never know, because if they don't listen to this bit, they'll never know that we called them our favourites. So we can go undiscovered.
Well, I have to say thank you to Reddit for pushing out that meme. Who is seriously, like,
whoever you are,
what's
nice one.
Thanks. Like, seriously, that made
the context for this, because you might not have seen it.
I'm gonna
so blowing up on Reddit. I feel like 5 people.
So Zokotel has posted a fantastic meme that got us all laughing today, and fortunately we had this in the diary to record this evening. So you've hit the absolute nail on the head, and thank you for making our days.
I'll put the meme up on the YouTube video, but it's just the waiting for the next episode of.
It's Mr. Bean.
It's Mr. Bean.
It's Mr. Bean.
Right, before we get stuck in, what are you drinking, Hamish? You always start.
Oh, I've actually been told that this bit is rubbish.
Oh, this is the best bit.
I know.
This is right. If you're watching the podcast and you're like, I don't really enjoy this bit, it's because we wait for this bit because we really want to start.
Yeah, I know. I've been told this bit doesn't work, and I said, look, I don't care.
We're not describing the beers enough.
Well, no.
Need to be more...
I hope people realise that. I don't like intros because I think they're boring, and if this is the first time you listen to this, who wants to have this self-introductory bit? Hi, my name's Hamish. Hi, say hi, Dan. Say hi, Simon. It's boring. So we introduce each other's names by saying, Hamish, what are you drinking? And then I go, Simon. If you don't, that's why we do it. But also because we love beer. Anyway,
it's meta, guys.
Yeah.
It works on so many levels.
We're podcast masters. We're working on a level that other podcasts they just don't reach.
We've ascended. I'm drinking. I can't even read it. Menabrea.
I can't help you. Menabrea. It's what kind of beer is it?
It's a Birra Bronze Premium Lager from Italy.
Oh, a lovely Italian beer.
And I'm putting it in a Lumborg. Oh, there you go. That's what I'm drinking. Anyway, Simon, what slight brewdog or pale ale or some sort of trendy thing from some London area that mustache people drink in are you drinking today?
You mustache people, how dare you?
It is. I can imagine Chunks being there. Chunks is one of the UK players. I can imagine him being like in your little zone.
I mean,
your world.
You've absolutely got me nailed down. So I've got a grapefruit pale ale.
Is it Brewdog?
No, it is not Brewdog.
Does it look like Brewdog?
Yeah, it looks like Brewdog.
There's a little dog on it.
I've gone budget today.
Is it Aldi?
It's from Aldi.
Yes.
It's called Sharp Tongue, and it's a 4% grapefruit pale ale. And I've just noticed on the back, for all you strange people out there, it's vegan. So,
whoa! You hang on. You bloody all turned your nose up with that really lowball Welsh joke, and you've now got.
I'm joining the party.
Well, I'm the only one that's not offended anyone yet. Just FYI, big supporter of the vegan community.
I don't mind. Do what you want.
Okay.
Sheep, vegans, don't care.
Some early conflict on Push the Point.
No, do you know what? You know when you just get caught reading the back of a can, you're like, oh, it's vegan.
I know. Simon, I love it if someone just went and just poured it on this carpet.
I didn't know why beer might not be vegan though.
They do stuff with fish guts.
Oh,
I believe when it comes to the distillation process.
I
Don't
think
quite me on
Oh,
that,
you mean
but
like
could be
fining?
right.
So like taking out some of the cloudiness.
Wasn't it
Okay.
like liver or something like that. Wasn't it like
Yeah.
lining on? Anyway,
it's quite a nice, refreshing pale ale.
Dude,
Thanks very much.
it doesn't
looks
look
like you're drinking squash.
It looks flat.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
not
like,
flat.
Oh, no,
It looks
it's
like
flat.
It's just in a
blackcurrant
vessel
squash.
that's far too large for the.
You know what
amount
that looks
it's
like?
looks
It looks
vegan.
like summer fruits. Summer fruits. That's what that looks like.
Sorry, I'm just going to show you this because this was a Father's Day present a couple of years ago, and
It says
it's a Darth
Star
Vader.
Wars.
it's a Darth Vader Father May the Force be with you mug. Yeah, so there you go. Thanks very
Well-
much for listening to my TED Talk.
What, that looks like something you could. That's so Card Factory.
It
Do you
probably
have
what I
Card
don't know.
Factory?
It's I know what Card Factory is. Yeah.
Oh, Tripp doesn't.
What, Card Factory?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a shop that sells cards. I thought that
Right.
was. Anyway.
Big sip Trip. What are you drinking, bud?
Yeah, what are you
I'm drinking, right. So I'm going to try not to offend anybody with my drink choice. Thank you very much.
Well, that's going to be impossible.
Meanie. Yeah, probably. I'll probably pronounce Derby wrong or Derby wrong.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
so
you've
So
offended the
I
Derbyans.
I have a beer from the Leeds International Beer Festival, almost a film festival, beer festival, which I went to the day before Living Realms. It was not the reason why I was very sick, contrary to popular opinion.
Oh yeah, whatever.
It is, and I've got a Pomona Island Factotum Pale Ale, which is a brewery from Salford.
Come on, you got to come up with something that's going to offend someone.
No, I've actually been to Salford, and despite contrary opinion, common opinion that it's not a very nice place, I actually had a really lovely time there. So I'm just going to be really nice to everyone.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I'm only joking.
I would say we feel bad.
Nah, I'm only joking.
Yeah, you
Salford
don't
shit,
feel
man.
bad.
So,
but it's
today.
quite a hazy. It's quite a hazy one.
It's quite a hazy one. Look at that.
Me and Simon
it looks like a
talked about what our
milkshake.
glass.
Thick as milk. This is.
It looks like a melted
It looks
Solero.
lovely, actually.
Not suitable for vegans, I don't think.
Come on, what glass have you got? Is it because for some reason me and Simon decided we're going to describe our goblets? What about
Well,
yours?
it's good that you asked because it is actually the beer festival pint glass that
You
got
stole that?
for going. No, you got it with a ticket.
Oh, okay.
It's the Leeds Town Hall, Leeds International Beer Festival official pint glass. That I did
Well,
not
everyone,
steal.
thank you for taking part in probably a very most boring part. We're now going to get on to the
sorry
most
that you
interesting bits.
sorry that you didn't like the segment. But
Yeah, well.
personally, I look forward to this bit every single podcast.
Yeah.
It means we can start drinking now. So
Lads,
thanks very much.
Hopefully, if you don't like the
Cheers.
segment, you've skipped ahead anyway. So
Cheers,
lads.
So we're going to talk a bit about an events roundup to start off with.
Ooh.
Talking of Leeds, there's an upcoming event coming up in Leeds. You may have heard of it, but anyway, number 2, we're going to talk about
Oh yeah.
an outstanding member of the community and one of the
That's nice
events
to be
that
said.
happened over the summer at UK Games Expo. So we've got an interview with one of the team that helped out there. Many of you may have bumped into him over the weekend there. And we're going to finish with Tales of Aria, some thoughts on the new heroes now they've all been released and spoiled. And
What's hot?
what would a Push the Point podcast be
And what's not?
It's
without
the grand
hot
return
or
of what's
not?
hot and what's not.
Oh, you love it. You love
Hyper
it.
segment.
Mhm.
Got 3 new heroes to cover as well, so it's going to be even hotter and even notter than ever before.
Wow.
Quite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This could be by the time this time next year, it could just be the entire episode because
The
there's so
entire
many
episode.
heroes.
Let's face it, it probably will be for this
Yeah.
one because we do get stuck in.
Yeah, that's
What's
very
hot,
true.
what's not.
Anyway,
Right.
so first,
So what are we talking about, Simon? I know you just said, but I was
So how
listening.
did everyone feel that the Road to National season finished off?
Well,
well, it was all right for some, wasn't it?
yeah, I think some people did quite well. I
Yeah.
personally, I mean,
Not sure what you're talking about.
Well,
so for those that don't know, one of us didn't finish in 9th place, and that was Hamish because he finished in 10th. But Simon came
God,
first
screw you, man.
in the event, and then showing the
Ow.
camera a lovely extended arts tunic, which does look pretty good, I gotta say.
Well done, Simon.
Well done,
Honestly,
Simon.
coming first in Living Realms, the largest Road to National tournament that the UK had, and you conquered it. How does it feel, Simon?
That was a long day. I'll tell you that much.
Oh,
It was
a long day.
fantastic, though, wasn't it?
Started at 12.
Yeah, we had some lunch. We started at 12. We did 6 rounds of Swiss straight, and then
It was embarrassing. I was the only one that literally said, I don't want lunch and dinner.
yeah,
Why would you
Yes,
buy lunch
sir.
and dinner?
Yeah, tell that
Literally
little
no one
story,
will
Harry.
have lunch and dinner. And then I didn't realise the schedule turned around and went, we're going to start with lunch and then the event begins. And now I'm the only silly sausage with no hot dog. Get it?
Yeah.
Well, we had hot dogs.
So Hamish had to stand outside while we all had our lovely
and everyone
dinners
went,
and lunches.
ha ha, ha ha, go
Even
to
wor-
Greg's, you
like-
poor boy. And I did.
even worse than that is that we had to do deck registration before lunch, so you had to be there to register your deck, and then you had to wait while everyone ate their lunch, and
I
then we
went
could
to
start playing.
Greg's. I went to Greg's, and to be honest with you, the hot dog looked great, but no, mate, you can't
But-
knock a bloody cheese and onion pasty, mate.
Yeah, Greg's is pretty
In
good.
all honesty, though, serious note, Fabio and Jake and Ryan and the crew at Living Realms put on such an awesome event. They had
Amazing.
63 players turned up on the day, and they had it down, sorted, everyone in the right place at the right time. Everything went off without a hitch. Well, it felt like that as the consumer, the customer on the player side, and yeah, maybe I'm
It was
biased.
the first
It
time
was-
I went, and because I think you've both been before, haven't you?
No,
Yeah,
I'd never
I've been to the skirmish
Oh,
before.
okay, yeah. I generally so the store is nuts. It's so good.
beautiful.
It's
It's
one
really,
of the best
really-
looking stores.
Beautiful store. It's really good. And I just thought it was really cool because like the top tables were upstairs. So like
Yeah.
it really felt like you were fighting to stay upstairs, which was kind of cool. Like it was like a good motivating factor to like know that if you're upstairs, you're like, oh, I'm doing well, and you didn't want to go down. No
We are
disrespect to
higher
anyone that was playing
tier.
downstairs, but it was, and also the concept of like winning your way upwards was kind of cool. I thought it was kind of cool. So yeah, it was an amazing store, and like it was just it just showed that Nationals is in really safe hands with Living Realms.
100%.
Going to be hosting that as well.
100%.
And it showed that they're really capable of running a 60. Was it 60 people in the end?
63.
63. So one person. Only one person didn't make it or couldn't make it. 63 people, which is kind of huge.
It's massive.
It is.
And
huge
if you don't know anything about the UK, Castleford is not a big city. It's like outside of quite a big city. It's, I don't want to say it's in the middle of nowhere, but like it's relatively difficult to get to.
It is.
But Living Realms made it really easy. They had like hotel ticket options, and the fact that you got 63 people to go to this place up north, which is amazing. Which is absolutely amazing.
It is nuts. It's awesome. If you're from the UK and you've never been, and this is the first time you're hearing it, I highly recommend going. It is very good. Well done, Living Realms.
And Living Realms, obviously, Living Realms have been sponsoring a couple of our giveaways over the last few episodes of our podcast. We are 10 subscribers short of being able to give away this cold foil crazy brew provided by Living Realms and Fabio. So yeah.
Well, before we move on, I just wanted to. We obviously mentioned it. Simon did win the road to
well done, man.
and we don't want to pass over that too quickly. I think that is genuinely very impressive, and like winning these tournaments is hard. Like even if you do amazingly in the Swiss, you don't have to take it to the final. You don't have to win the final. It is a long graft, even to get into the top cut, and then to actually win the whole thing is really impressive. So just say, Simon, well done, mate.
Thank you very much.
Great job. Did the podcast really proud. Yeah,
you scrubbed into that top 8.
Yeah, well, yeah. So
it was a roller coaster ride.
Brief rundown. Then I went 4-0, feeling pretty good, and then I drew and lost my last 2 matches. Scraped in at 7th place in the top 8, and then I played a Prism, very good friend of mine, and I felt absolutely terrible for beating him in the top 8 round. I then played a Chain in the top 4. Which again, and Chain's always a close game as an aggro Katsu, and then I played in the final. It was me from 7th seed and the 8th seed, who was a Dorinthia player, and I started having flashbacks to the Bash event where I came as a runner-up to another Dorinthia. So this time it wasn't Shingo. It was Adam, who is a very proficient Dorinthia player, and obviously to get to the final, you have to play lights out. So I had tweaked my deck slightly following the loss to Sharif in the final of the Derby event, and it worked an absolute treat. I felt in control from about halfway through the match, and when I got the chance to go over the top with a Razor Reflex to win the match, I was just absolutely relieved. Absolutely relieved. And it was a long day. It was an awesome day. It was great to see all of the community there. That pretty much everyone that we wanted to see was there, and for us, all 3 of us, to be there and to be able to give away some cool promos from ProTech cards as well. So we gave away 4 altered hero cards: Dorinthia, Bravo, Viserai, and Azalea.
We had 2 additionals added to that
because they added to it on the day. So the top players for each of those heroes got an extra prize to go away with. And just to wrap it up, I thought it was an awesome day, and thank you very much for your kind words, guys. It was just it was awesome.
Well, now we're moving on to the new meta. So the days of the Monarch meta are basically over. We've got a week and a bit before Tales officially releases, and we're moving now into pre-release weekend, aren't we?
And just the end of the meta was highlighted, I think, last weekend when we had the Calling Las Vegas.
Oh, yes.
So for anyone that didn't see, the game is dying. No one turned up. No, Rudy's
there was
already
1,000 people attended to show their respects.
Yeah,
game's dying memes.
Dead game.
Game's dead, mate.
So we're going to move on to
completed it.
MetaZoo now.
Yeah, we're all playing MetaZoo.
Just so you know, everyone, push
But
the zoo.
900 people turned up for the Tales of Aria premiere pre-release event. Like 900 people.
That's nuts.
And then the Calling main event had 750 plus,
What?
which was awesome. And then the ProQuest had another huge amount of people. Like, there were so many people there playing side events, and yeah, maybe they didn't want to get involved in the Calling, which was maybe a bit too competitive for some people, but they did 11 rounds of Swiss for the Calling.
Oh, oh god.
So seven rounds, and then cut to top 64, and then another 4 rounds on day 2.
Man, that's a long day.
It's a long day.
Our good, a person that we happened to have the fortunate opportunity to chat to on our podcast, and a good old Canadian that the UK just can't help but love. But old Dante,
yeah,
Dante came top 4.
He's a boy, isn't he? He's a good boy.
Unfortunately, he lost
to a double razor.
Very close game against a chain mirror, and I think we all feel for him. But what a performance, though, to be one of 10 Canadians attending the event, to come top 4.
Absolutely.
Just awesome, absolutely awesome.
Good show, man. Well done.
And then
Prism won it.
Prism
won. We sat there saying Prism's trash, and she pretty much just went, you know what? I'll end on this.
Yeah,
Thank you,
a really good job. It was a really interesting deck as well. I was looking at the deck list today. A
Yeah,
bit of
I
a
think
chain killer, which makes a lot of sense.
It definitely lent into Tyler was the guy who piloted Prism to the win, and it lent more into control against Chain, and I think he played that matchup really well. I don't think Chains were expecting to have trouble against control decks, because we've seen Bravo try it with some success but not consistent, and to have that Prism played that well, especially fairly new player, he's only been playing for 2 months.
Wow.
Managed to pick up that deck and take it. Previous card game experience aside, I think that's an incredible feat. So well done, Tyler. Good effort from these 3 Brits over here. Well done. But one thing that struck me about the whole event was the sheer production quality that Channel Fireball and Legend Story Studios were able to uphold and maintain for the weekend. It was
felt like
really
an actual
good
sports event.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It felt like, wow, like this is the bar. This is a good bar, like, to set. So
not only were there over 1,000 people in the event hall, there were up to 1,500 people watching on Twitch live. There have been thousands and thousands of views of the video on demand afterwards. There were 3 community commentators there live.
It was good. The calling was sick. I wish I lived in close enough to that area to attend, but we've got our own, haven't we?
Yeah, Europe's got one coming up in December, which is really hype.
I know. Well, Tripp, if only me and Simon were as free as a canary as you are.
I'm a free bird.
You are. Lesson number 1.
I asked Kate, and she was like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah. Oh wow, that must be nice.
So I'm going.
I haven't even bucked up the courage to even ask my wife yet, although she knows it exists, and I'm just basically sitting there going. I even talked about it to my dad to sort of nudge and go, "Hey, there's this calling event over in the Netherlands, and I'd really like to go, Faye. I'd really love to go, but it's going to be hard. But it'd be really nice if I went, Faye." Meant Dad.
It's really exciting because we know there's going to be callings in the UK. There will be.
Is there going to be there's got to be a Landon's calling.
Not
this
year.
Not
this year.
The UK has got a huge flesh and blood scene, and we know there will be one in the future. But it's very exciting.
Know?
It's very. I know. I don't know. I don't
I
have any insider knowledge, but I know.
It does make sense to do this in Europe first, with obviously travel restrictions at the moment. Europe will get a bigger draw than trying to get people to come across the channel to the UK.
Yeah. The UK is so expensive to stay in.
And I would. Well, it's in Holland. The Netherlands, which has an incredible scene as well. with some great community members that have been in from the start. So I'm really expecting a high turnout. Maybe not Las Vegas levels, but
I don't know, man. I mean,
well, I think
I'd
we
say
can give them a
500
run.
plus. I'd say
We can
500
give them
plus.
a run.
yeah, 500 plus, so we can get it to
We
New
know there's a
Vegas
huge.
plus.
We know there's a huge scene in Poland. There's a huge scene.
Yeah.
I think Germany's the
Yeah,
only country
Germany's
with more
massive.
players than the UK. And I mean, judging, we're all playing by the rules here with restrictions. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And but if we are lucky enough that we're able to go, I think there'll be a big contingent from the UK going, based on what I've heard already. And I think why not? It will be an amazing event, and we're watching what's going on in Vegas and thinking that looks pretty cool. We want to get over to there, get a look at that prize wall, somehow try and get a huge sheet of cards back on the Eurostar. It's going to be fun, but I'm very excited. Yeah.
On a personal level, it is quite conflicting, and I think the idea of being in a room with 1,000 people who have come from all over Europe is fairly intimidating from a sort of pandemic perspective. But looking
it
at
doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't. If you're very conscious about that, it's a bit...
And I completely understand people who were in the States but not willing to travel to Vegas. I completely get that, and I'm on that end of the spectrum at the moment. However, looking at the way Channel Fireball organised the event and had distanced, like, they gave people so much space, and the reviews coming from everyone from players to cosplayers to staff members said that the whole community did themselves proud. They were conscientious, they were wearing masks, they gave people their space, and I think it was a really good advert, not just for the game but for the spirit of the community, which is something we lean into heavily here on Push the Point. We are all about the community feel, and it just highlighted to me that this game community is awesome, and you guys should be super proud of yourselves. And if we manage to pull off the Calling Utrecht in the same manner, then that would just be incredible. We've talked about some of the big events. Now, this weekend coming is the Tales of Aria pre-release events, and I very sadly said a couple of episodes ago that I probably wasn't going to be able to go to any.
Yeah.
Did you show your wife the episode and she felt sorry for you?
She must have heard it, because I'm now going to four in a weekend.
Oh, Simon,
so
you must be. You must love your family.
They are very good to me. They are very. They understand.
Nice.
Maybe the Road to Nationals win tipped it over. It's validated my position, and now I'm going to four.
I knew that would happen. Because whenever I'm talking about this, sorry to make it a little bit about me, but I was talking about going to the call-in and saying, look, you can win some money. And she said, Hamish, you're shit. You'll just come like 65th. So there's no point going. And I was like, fuck. I should have, if I come first, like, my wife gave me a lot of breathing space when I played this other game, Warhammer Champions, and I was like third in the world, and I was doing really well. And she gave me I was like, oh, there's some tournaments coming up, and she's like, yeah, you should go get some money because you're pretty good at this game. And I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll try. And now this, I'm like, becoming slightly above average. She's like, you ain't going to
average, definitely.
No, slightly. And she goes, you're not going to win any money, are you? Nah, you ain't fucking going then, are you? Shut up.
I've just got this image of Nelson from The Simpsons. Ha ha.
Now your wife's like that. Oh, Simon, why do I find you more attractive as a first place winner? Did you walk in with that mat? And she's like,
she's like, what the hell is that?
I walked in with both champions mats over my shoulders like wrestling belts.
Yeah,
and
she's like, what the hell is that? And she's like, I don't know what it is, but God, I love you.
It's worth $1,000.
God, I love you, Simon. Go to the mall.
We're not that fickle, but yes, it happens. So pre-release then. I can't believe that
your wife actually let you go because you came first.
No, that's not the whole reason.
No, it's not the whole reason. I know, but
the pre-release is going to be pretty hyped, to be honest. Like I feel we've known what's coming out in the set, obviously from the premiere event last week and the spoilers, but I found with Monarch especially, like, I didn't really get to grips with the cards until I had them in my hands. and quite tactile in that way, being able to play the cards and get used to them. So I'm really looking forward to getting some reps under my belt this weekend with those 4 events.
It just really helps with deck building because, like, I know the 3 of us have been working on deck building, and we're going to touch on that when we talk about the new heroes after the interview. But I agree with you, Simon. I'm trying to sit down there with FabDB and get an idea of how these cards work together, and it's so hard. And I know the second I sit down,
absolutely,
the pre-release with those cards in front of me, I can be like, it will work because I know it has. It's the same how it was with Monarch. Once I had all the chain cards in my hand, I could be like, yeah, I can see how this all works together.
It's a feeling, isn't it? It's a feeling.
It is.
You've got to so much easier, the physical motions of it, and then you evaluate, going, yeah, this is garbage, or this is.
I'm playing
busted.
the cards in a pre-release when you don't know what's good.
But this is also really we made some bold predictions about the Monarch heroes and meta, and Dan, you were pretty hyped about Prism before pre-release.
Oh yeah, then I was like 100% going to play Prism,
and I was thinking maybe Chain, sold out. And then it just went. Like,
well, I didn't.
What do you mean you played Chain?
I opened Chain cards. That's why I ended up going towards Chain.
Oh, look at all these.
Husk, I bought that.
You saw a couple of comments and went, "Sorry guys, the cards told me I need to play Chain."
I didn't open any Phantasmaclasms or Herald of Eruditions. Funnily enough, not a single one. I opened 4 Soul Foods. That was my
Soul Foods is coming back, boys.
Yeah, Soul Food won me a. We don't want to get into that, but Soul Food did win me a game the other day.
Did it? Did you block it for 2, and then it was able to?
No, it let me get a card in Soul that I then used to make a Spectral Shield that I then used to hit my opponent with to win the game. Because I was Soul starved at that point because it was like late game and couldn't get a Herald off.
I thought you just blocked for 2 and it didn't kill you.
Yeah, I blocked with my whole hand apart from Soul Shield, played Soul Shield to get it into the Soul, and then that led to me winning the game.
Nice.
Because we ran out of cards. Both of us ran out of cards, so I was able to win with just a blue pitch.
Oh, cool.
But anyway, that's not
anyway,
important right now.
But what is important is anyone who's going to a pre-release event this weekend coming, like, good luck, enjoy. Don't take it too seriously. It's a casual level event. Enjoy opening.
Think of those experience points, Simon. Some of these people aren't winners like you and Tripp here getting into qualifications. Some people need to grind these experience points. Lads, I'm with you. You've got to try
grind, mate.
Cry when you lose. Look at that leaderboard when you're 100th place and go, please let me win a game.
Enjoy the matches.
I need 6 experience points.
Get to grips with the cards. And and good luck with your pools as well. If anyone opens legendaries or fables this weekend,
laugh your head off because that
absolutely incredible.
That fabled, man. I'm sorry. I love LSS. I love this game, but what the hell is that word?
Oh, I love it.
No, I love it.
I think I've not seen something that's divided people like this.
No, that word is trash.
But I know loads of people hate it. Loads of people love it.
I like the flavor text.
Oh God,
I think it's really good.
What would make it even better is if the unlimited version is just a plain text version.
I think it is.
Is it?
Do you mean just like the actual proper text is going to be on the unlimited version?
Yeah.
I think that's what they're going to do.
Oh, yes. That would be amazing.
So cool.
Who the hell wants that? When you arrive at this place, do this. By day.
I want that one.
I want it. No, seriously.
You're not alone, Hamish. There's so many people.
Imagine like, when you enter brunch, gain 1 resource.
Oh, don't bring
now
up...
you're talking Tripp's language.
Up brunch
now you're talking Tripp's language.
He's always holding brunch over my head.
At bedtime.
When you enter brunch, please take 1 Prosecco. Continue to take 1 Prosecco every half an hour.
These guys are jelly because I get to have bottomless brunches all the time.
Double brunch.
And when it's bedtime, you may put this card into its rightful bed. And they're like, what the hell does bed mean? It means discard pile, obviously.
I like the card because I like the text, and I also love how angry people get.
No, my favorite. I'm going to do a shout out,
and everyone's losing their mind. And it's like, look, guys,
I'm doing a shout. I'm doing a shout out.
2 people are going to open this card at the entire
tournament. I'm doing a shout out. If you haven't listened to it, it's literally low quality effort. Sorry, Jordan Fussell Nelson, but he's got a YouTube called Scar for a Scar. He's literally got 3 videos up. But he does basically card sucks reviews. It's very short. It's very quick. But my God, I was belly laughing on the floor when he described this new Fables. Go watch it. If you're not into it, that's cool. but it made me laugh. That's my shout out. There you go.
Shout outs for everyone.
Can I just say, you're the second person on this podcast to say his name wrong.
What is it?
Get it the right way round. It's Jordan Nelson and Fussell.
Who was
I thought
the
it was
first
Jordan's Fussell Nelsons. I don't know.
Jordan
I've never
Nelson
said this
Fussell.
man's name in my life.
Oh, it's the guy that says card sucks.
He's done a YouTube channel and it is incredible.
It is
Hamish
funny
says.
as hell. I roll on the floor laughing because he's just.
So Jordan, we love you. Really.
I literally think about this one.
Even
bit.
if Hamish doesn't know what your name is.
No, I do. It's just I keep wanting to say Jason because there's like quite a lot of Jasons. Everyone's called Jason in New Zealand. There's so many.
Well,
on that
Jasons.
Well, speaking of Jason.
Oh, literally, everyone's called
There's
Jason.
people-
So we're going to roll now. We've got a very
I like
nice
it,
interview that Hamish has done with Jason Hamer, an upstanding member of the community. Hamish, take it away.
Why am I taking it? The King of Swiss, the man that gets into top 8 on every road to nationals, even top 4. Is it top 4 in every one or top
Two. Only 2.
Well, you got in. Well, I don't think you played a single tournament and didn't get into a top 8.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, luckily for me, I managed to get in everyone.
Oh, so this guy's been an absolute pillar for the community for Flesh and Blood in the UK, especially even more so in the London area, where he's probably got the predominant amount of the people that even I got to know in the London area into the game. I think there was some like Jake and Dan Tripp. Dan Tripp,
Jake.
man.
Well, not Dan at Dan. So weirdly, it wasn't
right.
getting Dan into the game, but it was like Finbar, Stilfer, Jake, Adam, Akakis, Dan, and a variety of other people. It's been actually really nice to see a lot of my friends from old games come across to Flesh and Blood.
Oh, nice. And you're also one of the head mods of the UK Discord as well.
For my sins, yes.
Oh, I know. I don't envy that job.
Actually, we're really lucky. We've got a really great, administration and moderator team. Everyone is very fair and respectful. We always communicate and collaborate. Nothing is ever done as a single person.
No, that's how it should be, right? That's how it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. We work as a team.
Absolutely. So we've got Jason on today because we're going to talk a little bit about this amazing moment that happened in the UK Games Expo. It was a couple of weeks ago, so it's the time has sort of gone by a bit, but it's because of Road to Nationals, right? Everything's been super hyper competitive mode. Got to get those wins in, and I really wanted to bring this in, but we're also trying to make sure that we're capturing moments, especially during a very specific tournament season. But it doesn't matter that it's been a couple of weeks. I think that this this event, or should we say it's an event, or I'm trying to think of the word.
Yeah, it's definitely an event to sort of show off and celebrate Flesh and Blood, and to really sort of give it the visibility in a larger community, in the gaming community in the UK.
Absolutely, and UK Games Expo is one of the big places you really want to get a scene on, and not to sort of jump too far ahead, I suppose, but like the reason I sort of wanted to bring it up is because I was there for like a day or two, and man, like it was at that the rumor mills about this game was buzzing all over the convention. And I just thought this needs to be highlighted. And Jason was I think Adam from Kingdom Gaming was kind of obviously the head of the driving force, I suppose, of this. He put his name on it, didn't he?
It was slightly different. So I'll give you a little bit of the history.
I'll sit back, man.
So actually, back in January of this year, I originally wrote an email to LSS to say, look, UK's Games Expo is coming up. It's actually going to be happening this year. It'd be really great if Flesh and Blood could have a presence. Let us know what you're doing. Keen to assist. And then they basically came back after a number of weeks after discussions saying, look, we've spoken to our distributor. We can't ultimately run anything officially as LSS. because we are just too busy. There's too much going on. I said fair enough. And then back in May, so a number of months later, they reached back out again, the AP team over in LSS, Alan and Kieran, because Kieran had then come on board, to say, look, we're happy for you to have a community-driven event, retailer-sponsored, and using normal flesh and blood materials, but we can't have a presence there, unfortunately. So, do what you can. We're fully behind you, but it's got to be community-sponsored. So I'd already been chatting to Adam from Kingdom Gaming about trying to do something, and at that point, Adam sort of, very, very kindly said, yeah, I will be that retailer. I will be that key sponsor to push this forward. And then we started sort of putting things into stone. And that's when Adam, he did all the admin with UK Games Expo of booking the pitch and, doing the logistics and going to Asmodee to get and Blackfire to get IRA decks and things like that.
Yeah,
but we needed some other we needed some other help, because running this sort of event over 3 days of Expo required not only support from the community, but we also needed support from other retailers. And very luckily, we've had some great retailers in the UK. As we said, we've got Adam at Kingdom Gaming. He was our primary retailer and key sponsor from the community. We had Trinity Card Capital, so John over at Trinity, also sending some support and prizes so we could run demos and some little events. Living Realms as well, so Fabio and the team at Living Realms. Brandon at Techlo Cards. And finally, Chris at By the Same Token with their wonderful new Flesh and Blood tokens that they've created. And all of those different sponsors allowed us to have prizes for the events that we were going to run, demoing the versatility of Flesh and Blood.
That's sick, man. That's like, I suppose really, like, even I was there, and I suppose really just all of that work behind the scenes. It just sounds really awesome, man. Like how all of that just managed to come about. Christ, sounds like a lot of hard work, man.
Being honest, it was more speaking to the right people and getting all the ducks lined up. The organisation, I wouldn't say was difficult. I think the hardest thing was when we were there, and you were there. We had some great volunteers. So Adam from Kingdom Gaming, myself, yourself, Mikey, Jake did a little bit of time, Brandon popped his head in, and we had people giving up days or 2 days or 3 days of their time to sit down with all of these very interested people and demo these games.
Yeah.
And that was absolutely amazing. I remember you demoing games of a father and his son.
That was sick, man.
And I had two guys of similar age to myself come in and sit down and want to learn to play. So we had all ages, all sexes, a huge spectrum of different people, all being interested in this amazing game.
I remember specifically that when we came in on the Friday, we had an event on, didn't we? We had like a timetable. So in the morning, it was a bit of a chill. Come and have a look at the game, and I'll give you a demo. And then then a specific time, we're going to do an event, and then it'll go into another demo time for 2-3 hours or so, and then it'll be another event. And that was kind of like the schedule throughout each day. And I remember the Friday, it was the I think we said demo start at 1. I think it could have been 1 or 2, but we'll say 1. So demo start at 1. Right, we've got an event on, and everyone just kept peering over. And I remember thinking, I've been in I've done demo games in conventions for many, many, many years in different places, and you sort of tell someone, if you want to come back, I'm just doing this at the minute with someone, and if you want to come back round, then we'll have this. And you kind of, about 60% of the time, they go, yeah, and then they're too busy in Marks and Spencer's or something. They're off or whatever. They've gone and found something else to do. And in this, my God, Literally
Absolutely,
everyone
we
came back,
we
and
were
there was a
queuing.
queue.
We were queuing.
Yeah.
We were queuing. So I did a little write-up of the article that I sent back over to Kieran and Alan after the event. And some of our stats were amazing. Is that over the 3 days, we demoed over 100 games.
Jeez.
We gave out over 2,000 Ira decks.
That's sick.
Yeah, and that was huge, massive amount. And it was really nice that we got a message back that I shared with Adam that they'd even spoken about this within the internal LSS team, and James himself was very thankful and appreciative that this had been done by the community to show the game.
Yeah.
And that meant the world back to us very much, to sort of say, look, we've been appreciated, that's great, but we did it because we love this game. We love and want to grow our community. And we've seen it. We've seen people who now appear in our Discord or have appeared at events following that UK Games Expo.
It was quite astonishing, really, because as well, I remember just pottering about in other vendors, right, and something's hot when the vendors go, "Oh, I've heard of this. Oh, I knew it was here, and I want to have a go at it." And then I'm just pottering about looking at their games, going, "Oh, that's sick, man." And they say, "What are you doing?" I say, "Oh, I'm demoing some Flesh and Blood." "Oh, Flesh and Blood, I've heard about that." Like, yeah, it's in the corner over there. Like, oh, I'm gonna go over and have a look, and then there they are, man. There they are. They might not have time, but they're picking up those decks, man. They've got to, it's the buzz. It was the buzz game, man, and something's right when you're at UK Games Expo in the UK. If you're at UK Games Expo and there's a game that's buzzing around, people want to have a go at it. Like, it's usually a Fantasy Flight game. Years past, or it was Gloomhaven or something, it's that game, isn't it? Everyone's heard of it. Everyone wants to go.
And the buzz was there, and we had the nicest thing was seeing people who'd appeared on the Friday and had picked up one of our little pre-made Blitz decks that we'd created.
Oh yeah.
Or taken the Ira decks we'd given out. They'd gone away. And on Saturday they came back and they bought product.
Yeah.
And they wanted to know more. They wanted to know more about the other heroes, and they wanted to know about gameplay and the lore and what was coming. And that interest from a small spark had grown into a larger flame, and we were seeing that ripple across a load of different people.
Absolutely.
And that's for me, that said that we, and includes all of us there, that's a job well done. We showed that not only is it a great game, but actually our community is supportive, respectful, and helpful.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So next year, guys, come on, we're gonna see. Hopefully, we can see something land into UK Games Expo. Hopefully, in an official capacity. And hey, if they need support, man, I can guarantee that the UK Discord group will be there in supporting this
absolutely.
Game if they need
UK community will support LSS 100% to make something run at the UK Games Expo 2022.
Brilliant. And big massive shout out to this man Jason, man, who's been the pioneer of the dude behind the scenes to just get stuff going. So thank you so much.
As I said,
much,
it's
Jason.
very much a team effort. I
know. Everyone jumps in, but it takes one to start to get the ball rolling, right? So yeah. Thank you so much, Jason.
Cheers. Thank you, Hamish.
This beer is delicious, by the way.
He's really enjoying that. I mean, you can see it on his face.
It's really good beer.
I tell you what, I've never seen you show off a lot of decent expressions over a beer. Usually, I mean, I feel like you've I don't know. I feel like you've grown up over the episodes now. You've really matured in your drinking habits. Because prior, you used to rock up with all sorts of weird shit.
Stella.
Yeah.
Stella. I don't know. Stella in a wine glass. I can't remember, man.
Stella
is this weird shit? As in the comfortizer? I mean, you're the man who brought the comfortizer to the world.
I'm proud of that. My head.
There was a day that I had a margarita and a beer at the same time. That was the peak.
That's fair. Tequila and beer goes well.
What?
Just ask Desperados.
Yeah, it's literally a Desperado. That's not appetizer in Southern Comfort. Come on, you've got to push the boat. If you're going to be a wild card. I'm going to quote you, Tripp. If you're going to be a wild card, it takes a lot of effort, right? It takes 5 minutes of finding what you've got in your.
I had to go all the way to Leeds to get this bit.
That's a good effort, man.
That's for a Londoner. That's a long way.
It's far.
That is a long way. That is a
Right. We need to talk about new heroes. 3 new heroes, not 4, just 3.
Yeah, we've got Lightning Girl, Old Man, and Forest Woman. Runeblade,
Yeah.
Ranger, and
Another
Guardian.
Runeblade, you say?
Another Runeblade, yeah.
Watch,
So
the whole world's on fire.
we are.
We've got to do
Should we
what's
just-
hot, what's not.
Should we
Let's
just
just jump
pivot?
Let's
straight
do this.
in.
All
shall
right.
we?
What's hot and what's not. So,
Right,
we'll
Bravo.
start. No, are we going to start? We're starting with Welcome to Rave, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, Bravo. Hot.
I'm gonna say not hot.
Terra
I'm going to say
Sunder?
hot. Have you seen Terra
I have
Sunder?
seen
Have you
Terra
I have
seen
seen Terra
Terra
Sunder.
Sunder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bravo is the mid-range
Yeah.
king.
I think he's gained a lot of tools in this set.
Yeah.
Bravo has never left the hot building.
Okay. Dorinthia.
Well, I didn't. So I don't get a chance to explain myself.
Oh, sorry,
Okay,
Tripp.
sure.
We were expecting a lukewarm. Ooh.
So I think I have a pretty bold prediction, and I think that
Yeah.
old him will do the job better, and that's why I'm saying not hot.
Well, stop jumping ahead.
Well, no,
Yeah,
well, I have
I
to
don't-
be
I
able
don't-
to
I
explain
don't-
why.
So you don't
that's
think
my
he's
prediction.
hot because Oldhim will do it better? I actually think Bravo will beat Oldhim.
Yeah,
easy.
that's the decision. Who is going to fill that role better? And I think old him might just have the edge. But
Why not both?
I'm not a Bravo player, so remains to be
Right.
seen.
Dorinthia.
So I think Dorinthia will be a hot hero in the UK meta. I think Dorinthia is a good deck. I do worry about the ice card that turns off Go Again. I think that's really crippling for Dorinthia, especially if you stick down Arsenal, wait for them to pop Courage, and then you just...
Well, you don't think that lake will be a problem?
Well, the lake's an issue, but actually Dorinthia has the space to increase their blue count and increase their resources, and Dorinthia doesn't mind running things like Energy Pot to gain access to more resources, because if you whiff on a Dawnblade, you can always play out the pot, and as we discussed in a video that you might see on our channel coming up, I think Shingo runs a couple of pots. So I can see that being as a way of getting around that, and I think Dorinthia will always be a good hero, like because of what we discussed about Dorinthia being a bit of a newbie slayer, and the fact that if you don't know what you're doing against Dorinthia, you're probably going to lose that game because it's so tricky if you don't know how Dorinthia plays. So I think Dorinthia will be a hot hero for those reasons.
I'm going to say hot, and for a slightly different reason, in that she can pivot from aggro to mid-range to defensive, but also she can pivot from wide to tall very easily. And if you if you're expecting a lot of tax, a lot of ice, a lot of no Go Again, then you just build it tall and you go for the big hits and the multiple attack reactions, and otherwise you can build it wide. So I think she has the tools.
I agree with probably Tripp on one aspect of she punishes people who don't know how to block properly. The second you do, I think she's dead.
Okay, we need to be quicker. Katsu.
Dead.
Katsu is fine.
not hot.
Mid-range Katsu, I think will be fine.
All right, I'll just be as quick. Not hot. I don't think he's
Hot
got
then.
a place in this world.
Hot then.
I think not. I think he loses out.
You say
too
that
much
every
on
time,
the-
Simon. Let's be real.
Katsu's
Let's be
made
real
it
this
through
time.
every other meta, and I
Meh,
think,
meh,
I think
meh,
Katsu.
No.
Always be afraid of Katsu. I think Katsu will continue to be a thing.
Nah.
Rhinar.
Oh, hard one. Hard one. I think he will be Reiner, where he always turns into when the meta first presents itself. Everyone goes, "I think Reiner will be fine," because he just intimidates cards and hits big. It's a matter of whether I tell you what. You know what? I'm actually going to just say this now. I'll just pin this here. That lake is a meta defining card. That lake is going to, because 2 heroes can run it. It's going to make people go, if you do not respect this card exists, you will be punished by it. So how do you address something that is going to drastically change the way you play the game? And Reinhardt might pull through.
I think Reinhardt is a not hot because it doesn't have access to enough good blue cards. That's my statement.
Not hot from me either.
Okay.
Viserai.
Viserai gets so many more tools.
Yeah.
And this is my point. Viserai is now no longer complete shit. He's now just a bit trash. he gets so much. Unfortunately, so this is the Viserai's biggest problem, is that his power moves, the big play moves. Everyone's got a big play move, and it hits like a truck, and it does really well, and blah 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 blah. Viserai's big hit moves suck.
I think I'd rather just play Briar than Viserai, so I think I would.
I'd rather play Chain.
Or Chain, obviously, because I play.
You just
Chain,
play Chain.
Yeah.
Viserai's not hot.
I like
the OTK. The OTK may be a thing still, but
OTK
whatever.
will always be a thing, but not hot.
I agree. Not hot.
No.
Not hot. Azalea got a lot of new
Not
tools.
hot. Unfortunately, sad,
dead.
but not hot.
What a trash hero.
So sad. Red in the Ledger, one of the best cards in the game, but
It's not.
well, it is. It wasn't art with the previous meta. If you can get it off, but I guess it's like what you're saying, Hamish. 5 dominate isn't actually as strong as people think it is because you have so access.
I'm
going to
go out on a limb.
It's easy.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say hot.
Okay.
Why?
Why? Because I think she got a lot of new
You joking?
ranger.
She got a
a
brand
lot
new
of new
hat
ranger
that
arrows.
conflicts with
You've
her
got Seek and
existing
Destroy.
hat.
You've got 2 arsenals.
Seek and Destroy is
Um,
not that good.
You've got dominate. If you run enough arrows, you've got dominate.
She
on
can't
tap.
even use bolt and shot very
What do you
well.
mean
'cause she needs to give it.
She hasn't
plus
got
damage.
Dominate on tap. Lexi's got Dominate
Lexi
on
literally
tap.
has
Azalea
Dominate
has
on
to. Azalea has to do a little flipping dance.
Let's-
And
Okay.
the judges say,
Azalea's dominate is on like a leaky tap. It comes in spurts. But anyway,
She's trash.
I think people playing Lexi will make Azalea
Okay.
better.
That's
Hot.
his statement.
All right.
Kano.
Not
Dead.
hot.
Trash. Not hot.
Kano hates paying
Hot.
more for playing stuff. Heart of Ice is just like the LSS clearly don't want Kano to be a thing in Classic Constructor. That's
No,
just
of course
like,
not. She's like, oh, Kano sucks
Heart of
against
Ice.
Prism.
It's got
you wanna
Arcane
put 2 more
Barrier,
heroes?
and it makes their hero ability cost 4 instead of 3.
Well, they can trigger off before Ice Heart
True,
actually
but
fires.
it's like the
to be
classic
fair, but
Exude thing where they don't
the
want to be
late.
doing that.
It's the late.
And the late,
It's the
like,
late.
but so like, yeah, obviously, like, obviously the late, but there's so much more than that. It's just like LSS. Just
No, I
doesn't want it to
know,
be
I
a
know,
thing.
but you're based. But it's
Which is a shame,
when a
but it's not a
when
shame,
a
it's a
hero
hate game,
has.
but-
If a hero has one bad matchup against one hero, that's fine, right? You could, as long as the hero is not super popular, dodge it. But when the hero count starts adding up, now 2 heroes suck against you. Now 3 heroes suck against you. You now suck. So that's my take.
Sorry, Kane.
So not hot then.
Not hot. No.
Okay. Dash.
Not hot.
Not hot because of all the stuff paying extra. You'd like Hamish saying, imagine the lake when you're trying to do your pistols and stuff, right?
It's another hero. Again, she's got another hero added to the list of. Well, I don't know. You could.
And the shield completely wipes her out,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah, the shield wipes her out, but if Dash could be probably okay if you can dodge the old high matchups. So let's not write her off, but she's okay. She sits in the same boat as Dorinthia. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Has a solid game plan. It might not work
But
out
if you're
for you depending on your matchups.
if you're playing, but even if you're playing against Lexi and you want to have all your defense reactions, and then suddenly you have to pay 1 more for all your defense reactions because of
Oh god, yeah, no, sorry, yeah, you made a point. Yeah, that's not good. No, yeah, not good. Trash.
Not hot.
Sorry.
Not hot.
Prism.
Hot.
Oh,
I actually think Prism will do well.
Me too.
Hitting people with heralds is always nice. I don't think. I mean, and traditionally, it kind of changed a bit towards the end. We always used to say that Prism had quite a good matchup against Bravo because it can go too wide. But I think Bravo players kind of got a feel for it in the end. But I still think it will do quite well against old
Prism
things
is
well.
as good as the library.
But they do have a way to get rid of library now if they run the other fabled.
You know what? Prism is in a bit of a better spot, but I still probably, I don't know. I don't think she's. I don't know.
Prism has to be hot because she just won the calling last week. So she gets a freebie from us for this week. But...
I'd love to try and change this around. She's basically she wasn't hot, and now she has an opportunity to be hot.
Yeah, she's got a chance of hotness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Potential
hotness.
Oh, I don't think so.
He went from hot to. I think you're now you've flipped the opposite is flipped over now.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of work to do.
The Sabres build doesn't like
Europe's meta loves the Sabres build.
Sabres build does not like Channel 8 frigid, does it?
Well, I know we shouldn't base us all on one card.
I know, but it's like you're saying if there's going to be a lot of, like you said, if there's a lot of Oldhim players, if there's a lot of Lexis, which I do think there will be, they clearly feel like fan favourites already. It's going to be really tough.
I'm going to be working on a different sort of Bolton style. If you told me the Raiden Bolton list, that's not hot. That's dead. I was like dead to the ground now. But I think there is something out there that Bolton needs to change his strategy up. I can't say whether that is going to be good or not. But like Prism, Scott, we'll see what happens.
Okay, Chain.
Oh, he's hot.
Chain is still hot. I think
hot.
Chain will do well. I think Chain will adapt. Chain has access to a lot of 3 blocks, which is nice. It has access to a lot of good blues. And I think Chain will slow it down a little bit. Duskblade is a really nice card for a slower
everyone's
game.
Sleeping on Rosetta Thorns, mate.
Rosetta is also great. 2 arcane damage allows you to throw in those meet and greets and stuff, and just having that 1 for
Pierce and Shadow Vice. Rip through reality.
Rip through reality being always on is always nice. So yes, Chain hot. Think it will adapt. Think it will still be good. Maybe not the
Agreed.
top deck. But...
Never underestimate the power of having more cards than your opponent.
Yeah.
Levia.
So I do think Levia has a better matchup against Chain than people realise, and I
still think she's not hot.
I don't think she's hot, and I think if people had picked up Levia sooner, they might have had more success than they might have thought. But in the new meta, I don't necessarily think that she's good in those long, drawn-out control games against Oldhim, and I don't know, maybe she can block up against Lexi, but I'm not convinced. So not hot.
She hasn't changed. She has spike moves that even every hero cannot predict, or not even her in some instances can predict the level of how much spike damage she can just pull out. But the thing that people got to realize is that you can't hope that it will go off. There's no true control of this spike, but when it goes off, it's insane how much it can go off. And I don't think any hero can really deal with that. If you like that deck style,
go
for it. I think you'll probably end up doing quite well. So I've actually think she hasn't changed a bit. She's kind of just does her own shit.
Yeah,
she's probably not hot. No.
Okay. Now on to the bit that people really want to hear about. Lexi.
Hot. She's good. Lexi is the new aggro. She has a lot of very good on-hit effects, and I think she's hot. I think she'll be figured out pretty quickly, though.
Yeah, that's my worry. That is my worry.
But she's currently gonna. I think she's going to turn out quite well. She'll be the easiest hero people will grab a hold of and realize that what's good, because aggro does that, right? Hit hard, hit a lot. That's a really good strategy.
Yeah, I'd say she's hot. I'd say she's hot. I don't think I think, like you say, Hamish, I think people will figure out her flaws quite quickly. And I think
it's all depending on whether you can deal with that.
And that might be an issue. If people are prepared for Lexi, I think they'll be okay.
Okay, Oldham.
Yeah.
Simon's
everyone.
Simon's like, I'm bored of this already.
Oldham, I think, is hot. I like Oldham a lot. I think it's a really interesting hero. I really like the idea of building a more mid-range build, and that's kind of what I was referring to earlier. I think there's so much space for builds with Oldhim, which I think is really exciting, and I think it's going to be one of his strengths that you don't quite know what you're going to get with him. So yeah,
he plays like a guardian.
Yeah, but I like to see a bit more variety. Like, you can build a very traditional control build, or you can go and lean much more into the ice stuff, and there might even be a bit of an earth package in there as well. We've seen aggressive Bravo decks in the past in our meta, and I think that's quite cool with the cards that the Oldhim has access to as well. So we'll see.
I'm going to say not hot, because I think Bravo will do it better.
Yeah, that's fair. That's like the opposite of what I said. So that's the.
You think Bravo is going to be a better Oldhim?
Yeah.
even though he has no access to
Don't care.
stuff that...
I think Bravo will beat
Yeah, that's what I was
Oldham.
talking about, 'cause
don't care.
Bravo has Crippling Crush and Showtime.
Yeah, but
And dominate
Oldham
on-
has Oakham Old,
Yeah.
which is literally. Did you just hit me for one? Yeah. Okay. Discard 2 cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Last one, Briar.
I think Briar is hot, but that's just because I really like Briar. So I think that's wishful thinking on my part.
I think it's going to be one of those. Like you've said, maybe Lexi's the easiest one to figure out. I don't know. I'd slightly
Briar's the
disagree on that,
hardest.
but I think Briar is going to take time to figure out. But I think once she gets cracked, I think it's going to be difficult to defend against.
What's not to love about your non-attack actions blocking for 3 or 4? Like what's not to love about having 4 block defense reactions in your hand, for just playing your turn how you wanted to play?
Which reminds me of Viscerai.
Viscerai with Go Again and extra block and.
I'm with Hamish in a
cards.
sense, because what I worry about, Viscerai is so inconsistent. You need the right mix of non-attack actions and attack actions, and if you don't get them, you brick. And if you choose to use your embodiment of Earth to block with a non-attack action that you actually needed to play, you brick. So
You got it.
It's gonna be so hard to balance.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's a challenge. I think that's cool.
I don't think she's hot, but I'm. Hey, what do we know?
Yeah,
it's not even out yet.
What do we know? We just spent 15 minutes talking about hot or not.
Yeah,
What
we'll
do we
see.
know?
We're going to find out in a while, because we won't know in pre-release weekend. We'll know what heroes are good
We'll find out
in
a
limited format, and we'll probably know what heroes are good in draft format, because I know a few of us are going to be doing some drafting. So, do we have any notices? Do we have any things to finish up on?
What do we want to finish on?
Well, I hope everyone's excited about the new set.
I want to know what's hanging on your washing line, Simon.
Which bit?
We can see.
I'm trying to sit. I
Simon's
sat there and
washing
thought, is that Simon's trousers? And I was like, nah, that's the kids.
line. The kids'
That's the
trousers.
kids. That's the kids. The kids had a washing.
Simon's a bit bigger.
Washing
than that.
machine was on.
I mean, there's a swim
Right,
nappy there. There's a swim nappy. There's some.
Simon, is that for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that?
I
is
just
that
can't
your wife
control
saying,
myself.
Simon, please don't wee in the pool.
Yeah.
How many times have I told you?
Well, thank you everyone for listening to Push the Point episode 11. It's been a great time as always.
Don't give me that.
Let us know what
What?
hero
What?
you're
Don't give me
looking
what?
forward to playing as I
are you
try and
saying?
keep this podcast
Smash the
together
like
while
button.
You guys talk about
Hit
watching.
subscribe.
Smash the like button. Subscribe. We're really close to 169 subscribers, and we're going to be giving away a crazy brew.
No.
Let us know who you want us to be interviewing, who you want us to be talking to. We've got some cool content coming out, which is not a podcast soon, which is pretty cool, which is a deck tech video. So look out for that coming soon. And yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, goodbye.